Mission, this could be the last video we're doing, huh?
Might be.
Is this the end run? Hey, we're gonna take a minute.
No. These videos have been fun. Like and subscribe again, if you know, and share them with your friends. You know what? 2022, in a nutshell, is a really unique vintage. And again, going back to what we talked about earlier in the campaign, or at the very beginning of the campaign, it's kind of it's a freak. You know, when you have weather like they had in Bordeaux, which was blazingly hot, but you had diurnal shifts, which it didn't have in 03.
Right.
So you had cooler nights. Got rain kind of when it was absolutely needed, but very low yields. So we learned during this campaign that some of the wines, you know, were hard to get. I mean, and some of the wines that we didn't do videos of, we sold out on some of them. Yeah. You know, and just because there was just no wine, and you know, I basically was begging for stuff, and then there's always tie-ins and stuff like that, and bleh. But that being said, it's a great vintage, a fun vintage, a unique vintage, and definitely a vintage to collect, because I think these kind of unique vintages, when you go back and, like, you know, 47 or 59, blah, 61. People will go back and think of this vintage that way. People won't look at it like 2003, because 2003 didn't have the pH levels like that 2022 has. So seriously, there's not a lot of wine. The wine will go up in price because a lot of it's selling out, and so that is what it is. So, but we're here right now to.
We're on a mission.
On a mission, yeah, a la mission. Yeah. Anyway, you know, I mean, we talk about Haut Brion and Mission Haut Brion, and obviously in our previous videos. I don't know, there's something about Le Mission to me that just, and maybe it's the church, and maybe it's the whole thing, you know, but I have this like holy feeling, kind of like, you know, when we talk about walking to the VCC, and I guess like, you know, but Le Mission's kind of feels that. I feel that same way when I walk into Le Mission and taste the wines. And I think, you know, one of my first wines that I really, you know, like, whoa, was I drank a 90 La Chapelle, or whatever the second wine is, Le Mission. Back then, I don't know if it might have been La Chapelle, but it was the second wine of Le Mission Haut Brion, and it was just like, seriously, I felt like church, you know, like it was so good. And so anyway, that being said, Le Mission always has a little special thing in my heart, but the 2022 Le Mission probably rivals Haut Brion.
Yeah, they're always neck and neck, aren't they?
They're close, yeah.
And everyone always has their favorites when they're tasting, and this year for me, I thought you know, Haut Brion, at least from barrel, had the edge in Le Mission.
A little bit,
but again, these wines move.
I know.
And especially the blends, right? Because you know, Haut Brion was more like 53% Merlot and then like 40-something Cabernet. Here we have 52% Cabernet and 40-something Merlot. So the blends, the time when you're tasting, when the samples are pulled, all these can have an issue, although less of an issue at Haut Brion because they pulled the samples that morning straight there. Right. But still, for me, I thought Haut Brion, the slight edge, where we're talking the difference between, you know, 98 and 99 points, and that could totally change. The point is, they were neck and neck again this year, as they usually are, which always makes Le Mission a great deal, because it's first growth.
Quality, and it's like
Las Costas.
Almost half the price,
It's first growth, quality, without the price. So anyway, second, every year, Le Mission is a deal in the hierarchy of fine Bordeaux wines.
No, for sure. Yeah. And the thing is in this vintage, I mean, the yields were way, way down. And again, going back to getting allocation, this was a toughie. So, man, if you're a fan of Haut Brion, Le Mission Haut Brion,
this is a beautiful, opulent Le Mission. Opulent was the word to me, and if there was any knock, it was just wasn't showing maybe quite the layers, which is so hard to do from barrel anyway. Haut Brion maybe had one more layer to it when we were tasting, but the opulence of Le Mission this year
fantastic.
It's not a stern, angry Le Mission. It is a jazz hands Le Mission Haut Brion this year.
No, it's what you look for in these wines, because of the blend, I think, is all those layers. And man, this wine was balls on.
If it doesn't have them now, we'll get them later.
So yeah.
Rock and roll.